Hi all. Hi everybody. I'm sitting here at the bottom of a beautiful, majestic, snow-capped mountain here in Aspen, and it's just so peaceful and so quiet. There's such a stillness and peace. And I look around and it's like I see the beauty of nature and just how do I say, the variety and the abundance. There is no lack. There's no lack in nature. There's no lack in life. And like nature says to me, it says maybe to all of us, maybe I ask nature, so what's your message today? Because as I breathe in, I've also been feeling this such sense of peace, inner peace, and just stillness and abundance and faith and trust and strength. And the mountain says, nature says, you don't have to come here to experience that. You can have that, how to say, feeling, and you can operate from that anywhere, anytime, because it's your essence. Inner peace is our essence. Stillness is our essence. Strength is our essence. Power is our essence. And I'm thinking, the circumstances we have now, what again does nature have to tell me? And because we're in a circumstance, this virus, but you know what? Life will always throw us a virus of some sort. Now it's a virus, next time it could be something else. It's not what it throws us, it's how we get through it and how we handle it. And I think that's our calling right now, and that's what nature says, life says, to me when I ask it, what's this about? And it says I have a choice. How can I get through this time? And in a way that is successful and smooth and graceful. I have a choice. Do I connect with my inner peace, which is really source and nature and life and God, whatever it is you want to call it, and strength and faith and knowing that everything will be okay, or go with the other, which is, the mentality of fear and the panic and the reaction and the fight or flight and the mentality of lack and the hoarding and the greed. And nature says now is not a time to be in panic. Now is not a time to operate in fear. It's not, because when we do that, we do the wrong thing. We rush around, we're reactive, we store, we don't leave enough for all others, we're not supportive. And on top of that, we just create more of what we don't want, which is more fear and panic and anxiety. And nature says, God says, life says, we can choose a different way, which is the truth, to connect again with our inner stillness and the knowing that life does support us and we will be okay. And when we do that, we'll do the right thing. We will show up in a different state, we'll be more calm and centered, and that will impact how we treat others. We'll be kind, we'll be more resourceful, we'll be more supportive. Even if we can't get close to somebody, we can give them a smile, a supportive smile. It may go a long, long way. Versus in the fear, we have a whatever kind of look about us, and as we rush past or not even notice somebody who may need a smile. Einstein once said, I don't know the exact quote, but words to the effect, it's whether you view the universe as a friendly place or an unfriendly place, and that will make all the difference in how you live your life. Living in a friendly place, if you see life and the universe is a friendly place, well, we'll operate from that place of knowing that we are supported and things will be okay. If we view the universe as an unfriendly place, then that fear and panic mentality, which is not supportive of ourselves or anybody, will prevail, and that's not a good thing. So again, we have the choice, What do we decide? No matter what, we are going to get through this virus. we're like on a ride of our life right now. It is a ride. It's a 2-month ride or more, and the choice is ours. We all get through it, but how do we want the ride to be? What is the experience we want? Do we want it to be smooth and calm and, how would I say, successful? And I would say graceful. So, or do you want it to be total frenzy madness journey? So, I'm thinking I fly back to have a flight tonight. It's an analogy. I have a flight tonight to Seattle. And I know I'm going to get there. Again, I have a choice. I can go on that flight and have the experience if I'm in fear of, who I might meet or who might have the virus or will I ever get there, and all these crazy thoughts of madness and frenzy. Or I can get on that flight and I know that I'm going to get there safely. And that will make all the difference on the experience I have of flying, so I know which one I'm choosing. So I think, I've been asking the mountains today, what's the message? And it's all back to choice. And choice begins with a decision, and the decision is ours. We decide, and I'm going to decide, am I going to be in fear or in faith? And inner knowing and stillness and trust and abundance and knowing that there is enough and I'm going to be okay. So I'm going with that. So I'm divorcing any fear and any sense of lack. And I'm going to marry my faith and marry the inner knowing. So I ask you, decide today. We've got 2 months of the ride of our life. What is the experience you want to have? Decide which way. How do you want to, which states do you want to operate from? What is the experience you want to have? And let's make this, an amazing example of those who if you have children, to their kids, to the youth, to the people who are going to come after us and read about all of this, a century from now, to be an example, an inspiration of how we handle this and how we got through it and came out of it even much more stronger and resourceful and kind and more loving race, more loving humanity in all. So what a beautiful result that would be. So I say yes to that. Yeah, I say yes to that. So anyway, of course, then my gym cancelled me today, so I'm just thinking, well, all right, I've made the decision. I'm going to go with this. I'm choosing life. I'm choosing trust, inner peace, God, faith. So it's like anything, if I go to the gym, I need to have some practice. I may join the gym, I may make a decision, but if I actually don't go there and practice, nothing's going to happen. So the same with we need, whatever decision we choose, to develop a practice to support the decision and the resources and the way we're going to conduct and get through and thrive in our life in the next 2 months and thereafter. So I'm thinking of, meditation, and there's lots of YouTube videos for me, how to get centered and connect even more, because I'm not going to be sitting at the base of a mountain as of tonight. I just go out in my back garden and I stand barefoot in the grass, and it's so centering and grounding, and I connect with nature and my source. It's probably from my upbringing and the days of on the farm back in Ireland, which I'm so grateful for. Or maybe you can listen to inspiring podcasts, you may listen to music, read, actually learn to breathe. I've been noticing even here, when I was deep breathing, it just brought me still. It brought the presence, and that's the presence again, I believe, of our source, of all creation, of that stillness, the inner strength, the inner power. So multiple things, but maybe just pick one and practice it daily. I know I'm going to do that. Anyway, life has invited me to make a decision and to make a choice. And I say yes to life. I say yes to faith, to support. I say yes to the universe as a friendly place. I say yes to knowing that I am supported, knowing that we are all supported, knowing that there's an intelligence, a magnificence, an abundance. We're surrounded in it, steeped in it. It's always supporting us, and that we will all get through this in a very, how would I say, we get through it safely, we get through it successfully, and we'll get through it practically by taking practical precautions and gracefully. And I wish that for you. I wish this ride of a lifetime that's we're in, and to be one that is smooth, deepening, awakening, very successful, and above all, graceful. See you soon.